Hello and welcome to the very first home game of the 24-25 season. We will start with the girls varsity of the USN Tigers versus the Hume Fogg Blue Knights. Henry, doesn't it feel great to be back in
And
this booth?
I just have to say I cheered up a little bit hearing you say that. I'm so excited to get the season underway. A lot of promise, lots to talk about. We'll get to that after the starting lineups.
Starting lineups announced by Mr. White.
Welcome to the University School of Nashville. We are pleased to welcome Hume Fogg Academic Magnet Blue Knights to our school this evening. We are pleased to welcome you all to the University School of Nashville. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of the high school interscholastic athletic program. Our athletes recognize that judging calls are made in good faith and that they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Spectators can support their high school interscholastic program by refraining from derogatory or intemperate remarks and views. We hope you will enjoy the game and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand in respect for our national anthem?
And with the playing of our national anthem, we are just minutes away from tip-off here in the beautiful Sperling Gym. And now, starting lineups will be first will be the Hume Fogg Blue Knights, and then after that, USN Tigers.
I just have to say, if you hear some music in the background, I think the boys varsity team is out in the hallway. The Hume Fogg boys varsity team with a very big speaker, so that'll be an exciting game.
Number 2, Aaliyah Wood. Number 12, Brooke Johnson. Number 20, Margot Brown. Number 23, Kennedy Hudson. And number 42, Serenity McCutcheon.
That was the starting lineup for the Hume Fogg Blue Knights, and next will be the USN Tigers.
And now, the starting lineup for your USN Tigers! Starting us out this evening, number 5, Hume. Next up, number 20, Margaret McCain. Number 25, Kemba Tomsky. Number 32,
And you can hear the Tiger fans exceptionally loud tonight, especially because it's the first game of the season. Everybody is super excited to get started, and now just moments away from tip-off. Henry,
In
final
soccer
thought-
mood, I see.
Final thoughts before the game starts. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of excitement, like Coach Joe said just earlier. Like, all it's going to be is energy and effort above any game plan. First game of the season, just got to lock in.
All right, and it looks taking the tip for the Blue Knights is number 23, Kennedy Hudson.
I feel like I need to mention number 12, Brooke Johnson was taking some threes earlier. Only person on the team looking to take those threes during the warm-ups. So we'll see if she stays on the perimeter during the game.
And Margaret McKay will be taking it for the Tigers. And Hume Fogg Blue Knights come down with it as Wood plays it to Brown. Brown to Johnson. Johnson guarded closely by Chomsky. She lays it off to Wood, who throws it to Brown. Brown, as Wood, Crane almost forces a steal for the Tigers.
Exceptional defense for the Tigers here. Set up in a really good zone. Looks like a 2-1-2 with like a person in the middle who can like, switch in between.
Brown plays it to Johnson. Johnson's going to drive. Great defense by Thomas, by Jones.
Still going to be Hume Fogg Blue Knights ball though. Make their first sub already tonight. Not a lot of height on this Hume Fogg team, I have to say. We'll see if that comes into play later. Keeping it around the perimeter. Guarded closely, Yvonne.
Brown guarded closely by Crane. She forces a steal.
On the ground.
Unable to come. Jump ball.
Jump
And
ball,
it
ball
will-
to the USN.
Tigers ball.
Really good defense the first possession. Really aggressive. And Uma Peters, who will take her talents to the Illinois Institute of Technology next year.
Crane plays it into Thomas, but unable to come clean with it. Peters guarded closely by Brown. Thomas lays it off to McKay. McKay to Chomsky. Chomsky thought about it. She plays it to Peters. Peters thinks about it too. She lays it to Crane. Crane drives. She's going to play it to McKay. McKay unable to come up with it cleanly. As another jump ball will be forced, this time for the Blue Knights.
Although it ended in turnover, the offensive fluidity of USN was really promising.
As Wood will play it over to Chambers in the corner. And she gets called for the travel. You can see she clearly did not have the pivot foot down.
And you have to know how aggressive USN is playing the perimeter. Just trying to do anything they can to not let them get threes off.
As McKay plays it to Peters. She's unable to get her pass cleanly. Wood's gonna drive. Her dribble stolen by Crane, but they say she stepped out. Henry, we didn't have a great view of that, but what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I think too early to say anything about the rest calls, but we'll see how they stay throughout the game.
As Johnson plays it over to Brown. Brown plays it to Chambers. Chambers thinks about it, but she plays it down to Hudson. Hudson gets it stolen. Chomsky's going to play it to Crane. Crane slows her dribble. She's going to lay it off to Chomsky. Chomsky back to Crane. As she drives, she goes up with it. Her shot doesn't go through. Hudson comes down with the rebound. As she plays it over to Johnson, who's got Crane continuing to put pressure on the perimeter.
Considering no
And
baskets
Chambers
scored yet.
called for her second travel of the night.
Considering no baskets scored yet, this game has had a lot of action.
Indeed it has. Crane going to be taking it up for the Tigers. She's really been playing the point tonight. Crane's going to lay it off to Chomsky. Chomsky takes one dribble and plays it to Crane. Crane into McKay. McKay out to Peters. Peters thought about it, but she doesn't go through with it as she kicks it out of bounds, unable to keep it clean.
Neither team ever get anything going offensively, but I think that's also due to good defense.
Yes, it is. And sometimes, you know, it can be good defense or bad offense. It's really been good defense tonight. As loose ball goes out of bounds, called it for the Blue Knights.
USN will make their first substitution tonight. Johnsy coming in for Yvonne.
Johnsy, the freshman, looking to make a big impact.
Yeah, Coach O did say that she was going to be one of the people guarding the perimeter tonight, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of number 23.
Brown puts it up and gets the first basket of the night for the Hume Fogg Blue Knights. As Peters will play it off to Dawkins. She puts it down to McKay in the post, but who throws it out to Crane. Johnsy going to take the first shot, unable to off the backboard, and as Hudson comes down with it.
Seems like they really like to have the ball in the hands of number 12.
Johnson plays it to Wood inside. She gets the ball stripped by Dawkins, but keeps it. Brown gonna drive her passes, tipped by Chomsky, but Hudson ultimately comes through with it.
Tessa tries to get a hand there, really close.
Yes, ball stolen by McKay, who plays it to Chomsky. Chomsky's gonna throw it into Crane. Crane, she throws it to Chomsky. Chomsky pulls.
Bang! And that is
good.
her first three-pointer for Tess Chomsky this season. I can assure you there will be a lot more of those.
As Wood pulls it off the front of the glass, but Hudson comes down with it and is able to get the offensive putback.
Here comes Crane. Chomsky. Back to Peters, stolen.
By Wood. Woods gets it stolen by Peters, so two steals right back to back. As Crane throws it to Peters. Peters gonna drive. She throws it back to Crane. Crane puts it off the grass, no good.
Peters, think with other steal there.
Peters wide open, she pulls it, no good, she leaves it short.
Ooh, what a move.
As Chomsky throws it back to Peters, and Peters puts it back to Chomsky. Chomsky over to Dawkins. Dawkins bounce pass to McKay. McKay all the way over to Peters. Peters pulls it again. Oh, just off the rim.
Where do you get the rebound and draw the foul there from McKay?
And it looks like McKay will go to the line for the Tigers. The first free throws of the season. Henry, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth gameplay, I'm going to say. Seen a little bit more promise offensively from USN in terms of ball movement, stuff like that. USN's doing a really good job of keeping Hume ball contained. And especially number 23, Kennedy Hudson, Coach O said, thought was going to be a real problem for them this year. Had over 20 points on them last season. So,
as both of McKay's go through, gives the Tiger a 1-point lead. Oh, ooh. Ball's thrown off of Chomsky. Ultimately, Blue Knights come down with it. Ball tipped out, looked like by Dawkins, who's played really good defense tonight.
Yeah, it looks like a mini Peters, you could say.
One might say. As Hudson will throw it in for the Blue Knights. She throws it into Johnson. Johnson throws it to Brown. Brown unable to come with it cleanly. It's a jump ball, this time for the Tigers.
Third jump ball game just has to speak to the intensity that both teams are playing with. Here comes Peters. Out to Crane.
Crane gonna throw it into Dawkins. Dawkins unable to come down with it cleanly.
Trapped on the, trying to get the ball back.
As Chomsky ultimately comes with it. Crane, she's looking to find Peters. She finds Peters. Peters gonna drive in. She fakes like she's going. Tessa pulls it, unable. McKay comes down with it. Her putback's no good.
I would have liked to get a foul call on that, personally, on that putback from McKay. But
yeah, it looked like there was a good amount of contact there, but
yeah,
refs didn't see our way.
See, people starting to trickle in.
As Johnson guarded Chambers, guarded closely by Dawkins. She throws it to Wood. Wood gonna pull it up, Hers comes short. Hudson looked like she came down with it, but it's going to be, oh, she did come down with it. She throws it out, but Crane gets it. Crane going to put it to Peters. Peters over to Dawkins, and she got fouled in the process of passing with 1:26 to play in the quarter.
Really interesting possession there underneath the basket.
Dawkins going to throw it to Chomsky, who gives it right back. Or sorry, Crane. Crane throws it to Dawkins. Dawkins is going to... Henry, what did you see there?
Not really sure. Looked like a push. I mean, they call a lot of those, maybe.
They do.
Being pretty strict on the contact. Always good to keep players safe, though.
As Thomas checks back in, she comes in for Chomsky. Crane will be on the inbound. She throws it to Peter. Peters takes the contested three just long off the rim. Crane comes down with it. She throws it back out to Peters. Peters into Vion. Vion out to McKay. McKay's going to throw it across to Peters. Peters, ball gets stolen, and Wood comes through with it on the fast break. She gets slowed down by her dribble. She throws it to Chambers. Chambers back to Wood. Johnson's three, no good. Hudson comes down with it through a lot of contact. Chambers puts one back up, and hers is good after bouncing. Crane, she slips. She throws it to Peters, and Peters gets called for. What did she get called for, Henry?
Not too sure. It's like an over the back. That's the rest said. I think one key I'm seeing here right now is USN is having a really hard time getting those defensive rebounds. Kennedy Hudson in the paint is just almost unstoppable to get these rebounds.
She's been dominant. And actually right down here we see Crane talking to the athletic trainer, so we hope everything's okay with her.
Yeah, really crucial player. Really young player, too. Has a lot of promise.
Sophomore?
Sophomore, yeah.
Yeah. You know, this lineup has really been a mix of older players with younger players. We got a freshman, a sophomore, and then 3 seniors, I believe.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? Yeah.
And another sophomore coming on, Lily Peters.
Yeah, she got a lot of playing time as a freshman last year.
Yeah.
Let's see how. So she'll throw it in, looking for Peters. She does find Peters. Peters able to hold it from going over and back. She gives it back to Lapidus. Lapidus is going to pull the 2, but no good. Umas tries to come down with it, but Hudson comes down with it on the fast break. She gives it over to Chambers. Chambers throws it back to Hudson. Hudson in the paint, double guarded, and she puts it up. Ooh.
Not like that call.
Foul.
Saw both hands in the air.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
You know, but with 2 people on that, it's kind of hard to not give that.
Yeah, I agree.
Hudson will go to the line. Her first bounces in and out.
And you hear that famous free throw chant from the Tiger cheerleaders.
No kidding.
Year after year.
Without fail, too. Hudson's goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Now try to upkick that a few times by myself. Not that talented.
Peters, she gives it to Thomas. Thomas looks for Peters. She finds her. 5 seconds left on the clock. 2, 1. As it looks like time expires. Tigers. All right, Henry. I think we should go over Coach O's keys for the game, for the victory. So I'll let you do this. What do you think?
Yeah, so before the game, Coach O chose 3 keys he was looking for into this game. So first of all, be patient. You know, a lot of first game jitters can take over the player. You just want to prevent that and, think with your head. Second was to move the ball. We've already seen that a lot this game. They've done a really good job moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to work it inside some of their taller players. And open threes. Told us he wants to kick it in and kick it back out, try and get the open looks. And also, like we've been saying, number 23 had over 20 points on the Tigers last season. Trying to prevent that. You've already seen that with some of the double teams under the basket, primarily by Vaughn and Margaret McKay. So,
yeah, one thing I've noticed is it's almost like the Tigers have been hesitant to pulled threes.
Yeah.
Which there's one that comes to mind, and I would have loved to seen Peters pull that three when she didn't. But overall, good first quarter from the Tigers. First quarter of the 24-25 season.
Yeah, I think you can expect in this first game some of the shooting percentages might be a little lower. Just trying to get back to your form.
Yeah.
To Johnsy, Margaret on top of the key.
Lapidus, she takes the long two, unable to go, just a little bit long. As Hudson comes up the floor, she's a lot of contact with Peters, and wow.
It's a charge. Taking it back.
So yeah, she did call the charge there. That is Hudson's second foul of the game, sorry. Thomas will give it to Peters. She'll throw it over to Lapidus. Lapidus over to Dawkins. Dawkins across to Lapidus. Lapidus pull-up jumper is good.
Really good ball move there.
Really good. Looked
All by
really
the young
good.
players too, all underclassmen.
As it goes off Cole, unable to hold the pass from Johnson. Tigers ball. Peters checks out as Crane came in for Peters, sorry. Crane gonna be taking the ball up. She throws it to Lapidus. Lapidus drives near the baseline. She stops the drive. She gives it to McKay. And you saw it travel. Henry, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, some of those calls you got to get used to. Some people call it, some people don't. It's got another ref.
As Johnson will take it up. Her pass is stolen by Lapidus. Lapidus, just a little bit too much on her pass.
Yeah, it's over a little bit. It's okay. Find the footwork.
Johnson, she's been taking the ball up all night for the Blue Knights.
Yeah, I've yet to see a three from her, though, I believe.
And
That's one of the things we're looking for.
Wood is called for the illegal screen, I believe. As Madeline Chalice checks in for her first minutes of the night. She's a senior. And Nordberg checks in as well. She is a sophomore, I believe. Dawkins throws it over to Nordberg. Nordberg over to Crane in the corner. Crane baseline drive. She looks for the reverse layup. No good. Looked like it was blocked by Hudson. Johnson going to be guarded by Dawkins. And then Brown going to give it back to Johnson. Johnson throws it to Chambers, who throws it to Hudson in the post, guarded closely by McKay. Hudson's shot is no good. McKay throws it to Dawkins on the fast break. Her layup is good. That's her first points of her USN Tigers career.
Timeout, Blue Knights. Now that play right there was the essence of what Coach O wants from this team. Took the ball off 23 after trying to get inside. Go for the fast break.
That looked great, especially seeing the senior to freshman assist right there.
Yeah, I love that connection. It's a shame we're only going to see them play together for 1 year.
I know. That's high school sports, man.
Maybe we'll see them in the big leagues.
Maybe. Coming out of this timeout. Henry, what do you want to see?
Same old stuff. I mean, just got to get some of those shots to fall, and I think USN will be good.
As Johnson, she plays it over to Chambers. She can't catch it cleanly. Maddie Chalos comes through with it.
I really do not like that call. I saw that exactly. Catch foot on the ground. Maybe just a little rollover that had the ref make that call.
Henry, I agree with you, honestly. I don't really agree with the ref on that. As Hudson, she'll play it into Wood. Wood can't come through with it cleanly, but keeps the ball, and she just throws it straight out of bounds.
I'm a strong believer, though. That's all the ref calls it both ways. I don't have a problem. A little bit of one-man press here for the Knights.
Wow. That's something haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Crane plays it into Dawkins. Dawkins over to McKay. McKay's stolen by Wood. Wood plays it to Hudson, who's going to take it up. She plays it into Chambers. Her shot blocked by McKay.
Monster block by McKay.
Huge.
Tries to play it off. I think it was no big deal, but
That was huge, Henry.
I'd be screaming in her face.
Oh, yeah. Good thing you're not playing basketball. Norberg gets the steal, but unable to come up with it. And after a few bounces, Johnson's 2 is good.
Hugh Fogg still staying that one-man press. Interesting, not much pressure. Maybe just to see if they can catch the Tigers lacking.
Yeah, as Crane throws it into McKay, who throws it back out to Dawkins, whose shot was blocked but called a foul on Hudson. That will be her 3rd of the game, already into kind of foul trouble this early on in the game.
Yeah, considering how much a key player she is.
Yeah. Dawkins comes to the line. Her first off the backboard, no good. Chomsky will come in for McKay. I want to go back to that block by McKay. That was a huge block, especially blocking one of their best players there.
Yeah, she's really been doing her job tonight in the paint, trying to contain Hudson.
Dawkins is good. She gets one, giving the Tigers. As Johnson will play it over to Brown. Brown back to Johnson. Johnson, she throws it into Chambers, who gives it. And what's called here? A jump ball. Okay, I really like that call, Henry. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
jump ball.
thought they were lining up for free throws there.
Already in the bonus. And I saw Tess take a hand on one of his passes. Really good intensity.
Johnson can't dribble it super cleanly, but she keeps the ball. And
Take a push.
ooh,
Johnson.
Brown's going to throw it into Johnson. Johnson's going to play it over to Chambers. Chambers guarded closely by Chalos. Chalos able to come through with it and gets the jump ball. Tigers basketball.
And you can see how closely they're guarding Johnson on the perimeter. Really trying to keep him from getting those threes off.
Crane throws it over to Dawkins. Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Really
Whoa.
strict there with that call.
Yeah, I'm going to be quite frank. I don't agree with that at
Yeah.
all. That was, I
Maybe the
didn't
ref
see
saw a bit of foot movement, but it's high school. We gotta let the players play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Johnson's going to play it over to Brown. Brown, she's going to baseline drive, takes a floater, and she buries it,
It's a good take.
giving the Blue Knights the lead. Crane's going to take it quickly. She slows it back down, throws it to Peters. Peters unable to hold it cleanly. She saves it from going out of bounds, but Johnson comes up with it. She's on a 2-on-1 fast break with Wood. Wood puts it up. Her shot no good, but she was fouled by Peters in the process. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
This is a good foul. Not what you can do.
Yeah, especially when the player turns their body and has their shoulder to you.
Yeah. So this is a really close game here for the Tigers. Both teams having a good amount of cooking offensively, but both teams playing really strong defense.
Woods first goes in. She gives the Blue Knights a 2-point lead here. And her second, she missed it, but the Blue Knights were called for a lane violation.
Yeah.
Crane gonna throw it over to Peters. Peters over to Crane. Crane. Back to Peters. Peters looks at it. She looks at it again, but she throws it to Chomsky. Chomsky in the corner. Hers is just short. Dawkins able to come down with it. She throws it back out to Peters. Peters over to Chomsky. Chomsky back to Peters. Peters thinks about it. She pulls it. Oh, just in and out. Chalos comes down with it. Crane fakes the three. She goes through. I thought she got fouled there. Jeez.
I did too.
No good on her layup.
A lot of good ball movement despite no score.
Wood comes down with it. Oh, Peters steals. 2-on-2 fast break. Dawkins layup.
Got it.
Blue contact. She's able to put it in, tying up the game.
Uma Peters is absolutely relentless on defense right now.
Brown gonna go over to Wood. Wood to Chambers, but is fouled in the process.
And I just have to say, I think the defensive intensity for Tigers just brought up every single possession. It's going to be a deciding factor in this game.
It's been looking good. They haven't looked tired at all either.
Yeah, Coach O's done a really good job of mixing in the players.
As Johnson still guarded by Dawkins. She throws it over to Brown. Brown pulls it and hits it off the backboard. It's good.
That floater from Brown again.
Peters gonna take it up. Back to Crane. Crane to Chomsky. Back to Crane. Over to Peters. Bounce pass to Chalos at the line. She drives and through contact. And one.
Count it.
Huge. Absolutely huge. Tying up the game. Maddie Chalos goes to the line, taking one shot here as McKay checks in for Chomsky here. Chalos is one shot, no good, but Tigers look like they come down with it. Ultimately, it's Brown's ball,
Jump
but will
ball to
be
the
a
Knights.
jump ball. Johnson continuing to take it up.
Has she come out of the game yet?
I don't think so, Henry. She's going to drive, play it over. Sorry, she played it to McCutcheon, who is fouled in the process. She will not go for the line because Blue Knights are not in the bonus yet. I think they will be after this foul.
Yeah. 4 fouls both teams.
Dawkins gets the steal, jump ball. Jump ball goes to the Tigers, going in the other direction.
Still with that 1-minute press.
Lapidus gonna take it up the court. She's challenged by Johnson. She throws it to Peters, but her pass is stolen by Wood. On the fast break, nobody in sight, and throws it off the rim. Peters comes down with it, but is unable to keep it clean. Lapidus tries to save it, unable to. Sorry there. Henry, what'd you think?
Yeah, man. Really close, just a second early. That 1-minute press did cause USN a little bit of problems, despite what we were saying earlier.
Chambers gets
Blocked
her
by
ball
Maddie.
stolen by Chalos, but Chalos unable to keep it. Johnson gonna pull a long two. She goes long with it. Lapidus comes down with the rebound. Peters throws it to Chalos. Chalos out to Lapidus. Lapidus into Chalos. Chalos. She's gonna try, but fouled in the process. Oh, sorry. Travel. Wow.
Yeah, I thought she got kind of held there, running her, but
Me too. Me too. As Coach Wilson or Blue Knights call a timeout there. All right, Henry, after almost all of the first half has gone through, what do you think?
yeah, I mean, we're neck and neck here. Neither team able to pull ahead, but we'll see what prevails in the second half. I think Tigers need to keep moving the ball, get those shots to fall.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of open looks that just aren't landing, but that's expected from the first game of the season.
Yeah. Henry, what are you telling the girls if you're Coach Olsen in this situation?
If I'm Coach Joe, I'm just saying, keep them on defense, hold them really well, keep moving the ball on offense, take the open looks. I think USN could benefit from driving a little more. That's been really successful tonight.
Yeah, we've seen it go really well, and free throw shooting has been really good tonight.
Yeah. Huddles break.
Will be Blue Knights ball coming out of this timeout. And you can see even more students filing in. Student section's getting more and more crowded.
I think the rivalry between student sections. A little bit of trash talk from Hume Fogg.
On the Hume Fogg barstool.
Yeah.
As McCutcheon, she plays it over to Chambers. Chambers out to Brown. Brown pulls mid-range. No good. Uma Peters comes down with it. Peters gonna take it up. 50 seconds left. As Lapidus pulls a long two.
Got it.
Huge, huge.
Huge momentum shift.
40 seconds left in this half. McCutcheon throws it up and somehow finds a way.
Wow. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly. Lapidus pulls it. Oh, that looks like a heat check there.
Yeah.
Jump ball.
Tigers.
Tight.
Oh,
Whoa.
foul.
Foul.
Ref didn't like something there. And we're in the bonus, so 1-1 for the Blue Knights.
.20 seconds left in the first half of play for the season as her first misses. Unable to give the Blue Knights a lead here. Her second is short. She tried to get it there. She goes 0 for 2 from the line. Peters over to Lapidus. Lapidus into McKay. McKay out to Dawkins. Great ball movement here. Over to Peters for the open three. Just long. No good. Dawkins comes down with the offensive board. Unable to put the put back. Thomas
Another off
out.
board.
Oh.
If that last position is an indicator of how Tigers need to play the second half, then I think they'll win this game.
I do too. That was some great ball movement there. It really looked good in the last 20 seconds of that half. Henry overall going back to Coach O's 3 keys to win the game. How do you think they're doing? You know, rate them all 3 out of 10. What do you think?
All right, first, be patient. I think it has been their strong suit, but hasn't been a weak point either. I'll be giving them a 5. I think they've been playing really patiently on defense, waiting for, you know, any sort of opportunity to steal arises before they make their move. And on offense, I think they're moving the ball really well, man. Maybe just a little more patient with the inside shot selection, I'd say. And if you drive and it's not there, just kick it back out. And that brings me to point number 3, which is the open threes, because he said he did want them to drive in and kick it out to get those open looks. And I haven't seen a lot of that. I think USN only has 2 or 3 threes in this game. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that in the second half. Yeah.
So overall, first half of basketball for the 2020 24-25 season. What do you think? Rate it out of 10.
Howard State did not disappoint. A lot of action. Neck and neck game, which is what we like. Blowouts aren't fun, although we like them.
Yeah, if they're going for us. So now we're gonna break for half. We'll be back in about 7 minutes.
Maybe have a couple of guests.
Maybe. Tie ball game, 16 to 16 as we go to break.
Tongue twister.
Yeah.
We got our boys team expert here, Peron McMillan, former player.
Yep.
You know, that game coming to 7:30. You got any things we should be looking for?
I think it'll overall be a pretty good matchup. Hume Fogg has some really solid players. USN has some really solid players. Overall, regardless of the outcome, the final score, I think it's going to be a great game. Seeing who they're going to put on clay, how they're going to handle Hume Fogg, some of Hume Fogg's better players. I think this will be a really special matchup. And then seeing how we can learn from it the second time we play them will also be pretty cool.
And Clay Payne, talking to town, just committed.
Oh, yeah, pretty big.
What kind of player is he and what should be seeing from him?
So his game has changed a lot. I'll say like a lot. His sophomore year, he was like a post player, feed it to him in the post, sometimes the elbow. Now Clay is effective from anywhere. Clay could score from anywhere on the court if he wanted to.
All right, and we're going to wrap this up. About 2 minutes to go to the tip-off second half. Thanks for being with us, bro.
And we're back after that short break, and we just had Peron. Henry, we just talked to Coach Olson. What do you have to say?
Yeah, emphasize 3 big things: turnovers. Just got to eliminate those loose ball turnovers, and that'll be the main key to succeeding in the second half. Also said the defense has been great, which I've been echoing throughout the game. And also, finally, just at basket finishing after you drive, making those layups.
Mm-hmm. And about to start the second half here. It will be
Blue Knights ball.
Blue Knights ball, yeah. Tie game starting the second half. Johnson already called for an over and back Tigers basketball.
You really want that, Tigers.
That's
Just
great, honestly.
Gonna feel uncomfortable early.
Yeah. Thomas will throw it into Peters. Oh, she throws it over to Chomsky. Chomsky, her pass is stolen by Hudson. Hudson fast break. Her layup's good. 2 points for the Blue Knights as they take the lead. Crane throws it over to McKay. McKay into Peters. Peters going to try a baseline drive. She throws it over to Crane. Crane into McKay. McKay over to Peters. Peters to Chomsky. Chomsky over to Peters. Pulls the 3. Just long. Johnson. She throws it over to Chambers. Chambers going to pull a long 2 off the backboard. It's good. Extending the Blue Knights lead to 4.
Those back-to-back baskets, really not what you want for the Tigers.
Chomsky pulls the open 3. Just misses after 2 bounces in the rim. She comes through with the offensive rebound. She plays it to Peters. Peters into Chomsky, her three, just short.
Poked loose by Crane.
Chomsky ultimately comes with it. Timeout, Coach Olson. Henry,
Stop
go ahead.
momentum.
Yeah.
Back-to-back baskets for the Knights. Not what you want if you're the Tigers. Like I said, momentum really, really big factor in these games.
You never want to call a timeout that early, but I feel like that was needed. You know,
Yeah.
That was two very fast possessions there with a lot of movement. You need to like give them a break.
Yeah, I agree. I think the turnovers you saw there, just echoing what Coach Olson said during halftime, and that's the opposite of what he asked them.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll instill a little more during the timeout.
A little more wisdom.
Yeah.
You can never have too much, you know?
Yeah. Coach O has so much wisdom to give.
As the huddles break, Tigers ball in the Blue Knights territory. Blue Knights cheer team has been really loud tonight. It's those big echo cone things as Chomsky plays it into Peters.
I call that cheating.
Chomsky thinks about it. She throws it over to Crane. Crane looks into McKay. McKay over to Peters. Peters bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas in the paint. Oh, just miss it. Hudson comes down with it. Johnson plays it over to Chambers in the corner. Chambers bounce pass to Hudson. Hudson hurt. Dribble stolen by McKay. McKay over to Peters. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Hudson's still down.
Now you can just hear the gym. It went silent. Hudson able to come up on her own, and let's see what
Great
happens
sign of
now.
respect from both teams.
Yeah. It looks like she will be subbed out. She's not moving great here. You hate to see. You hate it.
You can tell she's really upset
Yeah.
about having to come out of the game.
Yeah. Peters into McKay. McKay out to Peters. Peters takes a corner three. Oh, unable to get it fall.
You know, the rim has not been Tigers' friend in the second half.
No kidding. You can say that again. Johnson, she plays it to Brown, into Wood. Wood, her pass is stolen by Peters. Peters slows it down a little bit. Oh, double dribble. You can hear nobody in the stadium. Nobody in the stadium agree with that call, and especially Coach Olson there.
Coach Anderson also making his voice heard on that call.
As Johnson guarded closely by Chomsky. She plays it to Brown. Brown into Wood. A little trouble with the pass. Called for a jump ball. Tigers basketball.
Still no points after that timeout from Coach Olson.
Crane into McKay. McKay,
Ooh.
Great shot
Great
fake
move.
and converts on it.
Wow.
That was amazing.
She had me fooled.
Johnson slows it down. Chambers guarded closely by Thomas. But Crane comes with the steal. She's looking for McKay. McKay, back to back.
And
Two
just
in
like
a
that,
row for Margaret McKay.
and just like that, we're tie game. Back to where we started. Coach O's
Johnson.
timeout really proving effective.
Timeout, Blue Knights.
Blue Knights may be taking a trick out of Coach's book, calling the timeout after the back baskets.
Henry, what did you think from the time period of that timeout call and Coach Olson's timeout call? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Blue Knights just kind of lost their footing, had a lot of momentum coming out of the second half, and just kind of lost it all. Tigers putting on the pressure right now.
And Hudson, who went down with an injury, she's still on the bench, but looks like her
Still
coach
available.
her coach is asking if she's good.
Yeah.
I think she will come back.
Yeah, really key player for the Knights. Really beneficial for them to have her back in the game. Blue Knights ball after
After the timeout, Wood. She finds Johnson on the inbound. Johnson into McCutcheon and jump ball. Dawkins, she went down with that. And it will stay Blue Knights basketball.
off the foot.
And Tigers basketball, huge, able to get the turnover there. Forcing the turnover, huge. Crane, she throws it into Chalos. Chalos pulls a long two, buries it from the free throw line, giving the Tigers the lead.
You've seen a lot of those sneaky passes just by the Tigers, catching the Blue Knights off guard.
As, what was that?
Crane picks a foul.
Crane, I believe that's her third tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So Coach Olson gonna sub her out. He's got some words for her. As Johnson guarded closely by Chomsky, she throws it to Brown, who switches it to Wood. Wood pulls a long two, no good after a couple bounces.
Tiger ball.
Tiger basketball.
Have to mention the Tiger coaches rocking some matching Jordans this game.
Ooh, I didn't even notice.
Coming into the season
Lapidus
style.
pulls it, no good. As the Blue Knights will be called for a foul. Chalos takes it at the baseline. Oh, her pass is stolen, and then Johnson fouled.
Just like I was saying, the sneaky pass from Tigers as Shallow decides to sneak it over the head of McCutcheon. Doesn't get it that time, but more of that, I think the Tigers will find some success.
Johnson will continue to take it up for the Blue Knights. She throws it to Brown. Long three. Oh, in and out. And then Blue Knights called for a travel. Huge momentum shift there.
Big. That might be the definition of an in and out.
Oh, Chomsky throws it to Dawkins. Dawkins bounced to McKay. McKay over to Lapidus. Lapidus, oh, her floater just long. As it will be Tigers ball, I guess called out of bounds by, or hit out of bounds by the Blue Knights. Lob pass to McKay, stolen by Chambers. Chambers throws it over to Johnson. Johnson into Brown. Brown long three. This time she hits it, giving Hume Fogg the lead by one. Dawkins bounce pass to Chalice. Chalice over to Chomsky. Chomsky corner three, just short off the front of the rim. Wood taking it up for the Blue Knights. She finds Johnson. Johnson over to Brown. Brown in another three, short this time. Dawkins finds McKay on the fast break. McKay finds the basket, buries the lay.
Tigers, been struggling on these last possessions. Nice
Brown.
to see that one fall.
Brown over to Johnson. Johnson's gonna drive. She throws it over to Brown though. McCutcheon in. Over to Wood. Wood to Chambers. Chambers stolen by Dawkins, but she's unable to come up with it. Kicks it out of bounds.
Peters checks back into the game. See if we can see some defensive pressure that she's known so well for.
As Johnson's gonna drive. She takes it back. Oh, pass is stolen. by Dawkins. She finds McKay on the fast break. Layup just long. Peters comes down with the offensive rebound. She throws it to Lapidus. Lapidus 3 just off the rim. Dawkins comes down with it. Shallows to Peters. Peters into McKay. McKay, her knocked out of her hands, but finds Peters. Just misses, just left of the basket. Her pass is Shallows finds the ball and is called for a travel.
Those offensive rebounds are huge, though. Even if you're missing your shots, if you get more shots, doesn't matter if you make 1 for 5, you're shooting 40 of them, you know?
Yeah.
That's how you get the points on the board.
And as you just saw, number 23, Hudson, the Blue Knights' best player, checks back in after that, after going down with an injury. Wood. Able to find Brown. Brown over to Hudson. Hudson to Johnson. Johnson finds Hudson again. Hudson in the paint. Her dribble stolen by Dawkins. Dawkins on the fast break. Oh, she finds unable to find Lapidus, but she comes back with it. Reverse
and
play and one.
Love to see that from the freshman.
Huge. Gives the Tigers a 3-point lead. And now Dawkins goes to the line to try and extend it to a 4-point lead.
58 seconds left to play.
Dawkins, no good. Just misses to the right. Hudson.
Whoa.
Wow.
Not sure if I like that call.
McKay called for a blocking there.
Stop moving
That's
him.
her
Aggressive
fourth
elbow,
of
maybe.
the game. So Chomsky will come in for her. And you see she gets a standing ovation from the bench. As Johnson takes it up, she finds Brown. Brown looking for Johnson. She finds her. Her pass is kicked. And
a little bit of disagreement from the rest.
Okay. Over and back? No. I don't know. Henry, what do you think?
Coach Olsen really disappointed that. You can see him hanging his head down.
Yeah.
Uma Peters to the press of her own.
We've seen this solo press multiple times tonight. Jump ball. This time for the Tigers.
We'll see if they try and hold it for the last shot. Gordon.
With 30 seconds left in this half, Peters will take it up. She finds Dawkins. Bounce pass to Chalice. Chalice on the ground. Gets hers stolen by Hudson. Brown gonna pull a 3. Just off the rim. 12 seconds left. You heard Coach Olsen. I heard him through these brand new noise canceling headphones that we just got. Thank you, Stuco. I heard him through these before the refs heard him.
Yeah, really want to get a timeout off. You know, earlier in the game we saw Peters hold through the buzzer. I don't think he wants that again. Wants to get the shot off. We'll see if he drops a play maybe. Have the ball down on the other side of the court, so got a bit of work to do, but we'll see.
Henry, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're Coach Wilson, what are you saying?
If I'm him right now, I'm drawing off plays to get the last shot to test Chomsky.
Yes! I love it. I love it. That's
Good point.
Who you have to have taking your final shot. And
So you think keep the momentum going into the fourth and final quarter.
9 seconds left. Let's see. Chomsky on the inbound. She bounces it to Peters. Peters throws it to Dawkins. Her pass is stolen. 2 seconds left.
The Blue Knights ball, 2 seconds. Have to go coast to coast. First shot here.
Coast to coast. 2 seconds. That's tough. And time will expire. Henry. 3 of 4 quarters done. What are you thinking?
You know, I think the Tigers still have a bit to work on as far as turnovers and getting those shots to fall. But I think, obviously, different mentality going into the fourth quarter with a lead instead of a tie game. Just got to maintain that lead instead of work your way up, which is a different mentality if I'm Coach O right now.
Tigers 3-point lead going into the fourth. What do you want to see?
I think Johnsy Dawkins has really been the player of the game for me. I think you've been saying her name a lot. She's been all over the place. Yeah, just working it inside, kicking it out for those threes.
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't remember Tessa Chomsky taking a lot of shots that quarter. And
Yeah.
I want to see that volume go up.
I think there was one possession where the Tigers she had 2 missed threes, and that might have decreased the shot volume from her. But I think just get a couple to fall, get that confidence back for the Tigers in general.
Fourth will start. It will be Tigers basketball. Crane on the inbound.
See, aggressive
Crane
defense already.
plays it into Dawkins. Dawkins, she's going to drive. Floater, no good. She tries to come down with it. Ultimately, Brown gets it. Going towards the Blue Knights. She plays it into Hudson. Hudson, double team, triple team. Her pass is tipped by Dawkins on the fast break. She's going to go up. Oh, just short. And I can hear the USN parents really wanting a call on that layup there.
A lot of contact.
A lot. Johnson plays it to Wood. Wood out of bounds, forced by Crane. Crane to take it up. Crane finds Dawkins. Over to Peters. Peters into Dawkins. Chomsky pulls it. Oh, just off the front. And Crane finds the jump ball.
You can see on that possession, the Tigers, what they do is they have Chomsky on the free throw line. Then she switched with Peters, trying to get that open look at the top of the key. No good from Chomsky.
As Hudson takes it up. Johnson gonna pull long three, no good. As jump ball on the rebound.
And just want to call back to those who weren't with us. JV boys USN did win by a score of 42-27.
That's their first win of the season. As Chambers in the corner, she's gonna throw one up, no good, off the front. Huge apex on that. Peters, her pass is tipped into Crane. Crane, bounce over to Thomas. Thomas in the paint, double teamed, a lot of contact, no call. Brown taking it up. She's stolen by Peters, but wow.
I would like to see a foul going the opposite way there.
Yeah, I mean, wait.
Maybe, it did.
Oh,
Okay,
there we
good.
go.
Me and the ref on the same page.
Yep. That doesn't
too much
happen
faith,
often.
maybe.
They heard you. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Crane, guarded by Johnson. She throws it into Peters. Peters tips it over to Chambers. Coach Wilson not happy about that. Wood, out of bounds. Tiger basketball. Hume Fogg parents not happy whatsoever. But quite frankly, I think that was the right call.
Me too.
Dawkins lays it off the glass.
Wow.
2 points, extending the Tigers' lead to 5.
Hume Fogg still yet to see a lot of offensive efficiency.
Johnson lays it, her lays short. Chomsky comes down with it. As Peters throws it all the way across to Dawkins.
Whoa.
Dawkins unable to keep it, but Crane finds it, and she's a lot of contact, but they say it was clean. Crane drives through and stripped through.
It's a call.
2 shots for the Tigers. Henry.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right.
I
lot
like
of
that a lot
action.
from Crane. You know,
Oh,
even though she
fifth.
didn't get the first time.
That was the
Let's go
5th
back.
foul for Brown. Wow. It's 6. I thought it was
Yeah.
5. It's all right. Yeah.
Bounce check out of the game.
I think that's gonna be it for her. Crane goes to the line. Her first swish.
See the spirit fingers, Tiger fans.
And she extends the lead to 7.
You can see there on the front row of the student section, foreign exchange student Marty, who has found his position on the JV boys team.
Oh, a lot of contact. She hit the ground hard. That was Johnson. Foul will be called on Dawkins. That is her 3rd of the game. McKay will come in for Chomsky.
Here's the inbound from you, Fogg.
And who is that? McCutcheon called out of bounds on that. Or sorry. Who?
Bit of flash photography from the
Sorry.
stands coming right now, a little bit distracting.
Fletcher called out of bounds on that. As Crane will throw it to Dawkins. Bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas back to Dawkins. Dawkins over to Crane. She plays it to Peters. Peters pulls it from behind the arc. Oh, just short off the front of the rim. Johnson plays it to Wood. Wood. Back to Johnson. Johnson to Hudson. Hudson's going to pull the 3. No. Oh! Off the glass for the Blue Knights. Oh, that's Henry.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah,
We've seen that call all night.
all night, but
The ref really does not like it when that back heel slides or anything like that.
not in our favor though.
Yeah.
Johnson. She's going to play it to Fletcher. A lot of hard contact. Peters thrown to the ground by Hudson, and then she throws her back up. Dawkins going to get the steal. She throws it over to Crane. Crane into McKay. She throws it to Peters. Peters baseline drive. Pull up. Oh. The floater was no good, but Tigers come through with it. She bounces it to Peters. Peters baseline drive, and she's held there.
It's at times like this in basketball where I wish they had the advantage system like in soccer. I would have liked to see that possession continue.
Yeah.
Had a promising look from McKay there.
Crane at the baseline. Her pass stolen by Hudson, who can't find anybody cleanly. Johnson and Thomas jumps on it.
A lot of excitement for the Tiger fans in that one. Love the intensity. Part of why the girls team is so fun to watch.
With 4:08 left, Tigers up 4. Crane to Peters. Crane over to Dawkins. Bounce to McKay. McKay signals for it. She does it. But she finds Crane. Crane looks to drive. She's going to drive. Guarded closely by Hudson. Ball stolen by Wood. Wood on the travel.
Unhappy
Tigers
with
ball.
that call, but it's what it is. We've been calling it as long as it's going both ways. Crane on the inbound.
Crane
Peters.
over to Peters. Peters into McKay. McKay bounces it to Crane. Crane over to Peters. Peters into Dawkins.
And it'll be Tigers ball underneath their own basket. Crane taking the inbound.
Crane.
Good movement.
She'll look over all the way to Dawkins. But
trying to get a last second.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Coach O did not want for this team.
Unable to find anybody quickly enough. Johnson continues to take it up for the Blue Knights. Over to Hudson. Hudson around the arc. She's looking for something. She bounces it to Chambers. Chambers heaves it up. She can't find anybody. Basically a pass to Hudson. Hudson back to Chambers. Chambers into Johnson. Johnson bounces to Hudson. Hudson's going to drive. She's quadruple team. Wow.
Oh, foul.
What? What'd you have there?
Not liking that call. So good aggressive defense. You hear the boos from the Tiger stands.
Yeah, you can hear Tigers fans definitely don't like that.
And I will say, if the Tigers or if the Blue Knights want a chance at the game, they need to get their offense going and need to get it going quickly.
No baskets for either team in a while. Balls bounce to Chambers. Chambers into Hudson. Hudson able to find it under the basket for 2.
Yeah.
2-point ball game as Coach Olson calls a timeout. Henry.
You're going to hear the Hume Fogg student section beginning to ignite as we get towards the end of this game. 2-point game, 2 minutes, 46 seconds left to play.
You can hear the Hume Fogg cheerleaders really trying to get the student section into this, but there's no beating the home court advantage.
Yeah.
We'll get the student section going. They're kind of just doing nothing right now.
Just standing there, their arms crossed, trying to look cool. You see.
Yeah.
It's all right though. Can't understand them, but
yeah.
We'll let the game speak for our team.
I kind of just want to hear a scoreboard chant right now.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I would like to hear that chant right now.
Hey,
too close for comfort.
We are winning though. You know.
Yeah.
All right, if you're Coach Olson, what are you saying right now?
You really just gotta stop Hudson.
Yeah.
Like, after she came out of the game, the momentum totally shifted. Been really the source of their points in the fourth quarter, trying to recoup the deficit.
And we're back. Chomsky will be on the inbound for the Tigers. She'll look for Peters. She's gonna find Peters quickly. Peters over to Dawkins. Dawkins, floater, off the backboard, in and out. McKay comes down with it. She throws it to Chomsky. Chomsky over to Dawkins. Dawkins to Peters. Peters pulls it.
Got it! Wow, that's
three.
exactly what they needed to silence the Hume Fogg student section.
And you see the morale just drop for the Hume Fogg students. Oh, Dawkins called for a reach, I believe. 2:18 left to play. Tigers up 5. Cole will inbound it to Johnson.
Might be the first we see for Cole's game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we saw her earlier.
Not a lot.
Her pass is stolen by Dawkins. Dawkins on the ground. She's trying to find somebody. She can't.
Foul called.
Foul called on Cole. 2 shots. And Hume Fogg students don't like it, but I guess they just don't like the rules.
I respect it though. First game of the season, both teams should be just excited.
Yeah, for sure. Dawkins first, no good.
A lot of pressure on the freshman. These late free throws with the loud opposing student section could be a lot of pressure. See how she handles it.
Her second, she drains it. Johnson, she'll take it up for the Blue Knights. She's gonna drive, she hits the court hard.
Looks like she took Peters down with her. Both feeling that a little bit. Johnson a little more than Peters, but hope she's okay.
Blue Knights ball. Crane checks in for the Tigers as McCutcheon checks in for the Blue Knights.
Never say never, but is running out of time for the Blue Knights.
And
a couple of threes here.
With Dawkins' 5th foul of the game, she is disqualified, which hurts the Tigers. She's been great tonight. Hudson But beyond the arc, she's going to drive. She goes in, lays, right hand, no good. Over the back, no call. Crane finds McKay. McKay throws it to the corner. Oh, lot of contact.
Poked out by Hudson, I believe. So it'll be
Yes.
Tigers ball.
Yes, it will be Tigers ball. A lot of contact there. Don't love the no call.
Yeah, just really looking to do anything they can to come back. Timeout.
Timeout, Blue Knights.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow. You can say that again.
These last 2.5 minutes have been absolutely electric from both teams. You know,
139.
USN got that lead earlier, and Hume Fogg's looking to make back the deficit in any way they can.
139 on the clock. Tigers up 6. And you see both boys' teams starting to file in near the doors. That will follow just after this game concludes. Tip-off's supposed to be at 7:30. I believe that's going to be pushed back a couple minutes.
Yeah, but what do you think the Blue Knights need to do if they ever want to win this game?
Get a quick turnover here.
Yeah.
Go down, make a 3. Something they haven't done very efficiently tonight.
Yeah. They need something to just get a momentum change.
Not a momentum.
Not a lot of momentum today.
Definitely in the Tigers' favor.
Yeah.
We'll see how this plays out as the teams break. 1:38 left on the clock. Tigers up 6. Chomsky to inbound. Coyle closely guarding her, trying to stop anything. She plays it to Crane. Crane guarded double teamed as she steps out of bounds.
Really
Blue
not what
Knights
you want
ball.
there. Not what you want if you're Coach O.
Not
Really
at all.
wanted to hold the ball, take up as much time as possible. And now Hume Fogg has a quick turnover, like you were saying, looking to get a 3 maybe.
Hudson guarded by Chomsky. She'll throw it to Chambers. Chambers over to Wood. Wood thought about it, but she doesn't. She pulls it. Just a 2. No good. Short. Air ball. Knocked out by Crane. Out of bounds. Blue Knights ball. 1:18 left. Hudson
See if they can get something off the inbound here.
plays it into Wood, who plays it to Chambers. Chambers going to think about a long 3, but doesn't. Margaret
Poked
McKay
away.
with the steal in the fast break. Unable to keep it clean.
Whoa!
Fouled. She goes to the line.
If she can knock these down, it might be the dagger. I really did not like that foul.
That
It
was
was unnecessary.
a rough foul there, but we're in foul time, so. McKay, she makes the first.
That makes this a 3-possession game. It really changes the way you go into this.
7-point lead for the Tigers, 1:11 left. McKay trying to go 2 for 2 here. Her second, swish. Hudson gonna take it up for the Blue Knights. She bounces to Wood. Wood bounces back to Hudson. Hudson gonna pull up a fadeaway jumper, no good, in and around the rim. Peters gonna take it up. She's gonna slow it down.
So the Tigers trying to hold
Crane.
the ball till the time expires.
Crane throws it into McKay. McKay out to Chomsky. Oh, just long. Crane comes down with it. Chomsky's gonna try it again.
Got it! This might be the dagger. I think this game is sealed. 30
11
seconds.
point, 30 seconds left.
Not much you can do for the Blue Knights.
Not
And-
much, and a blocking call called on Thomas.
The Tigers will most likely take a 2-0 lead in this 3-game series against the JV boys, girls, and up next, varsity boys. Let's see if the Tigers can get the clean sweep.
That's all we hope for.
Yeah.
Chambers first, very short, off the rim. Henry, we got an interesting free throw for him here. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know. What works for you works, you know.
Well, it didn't work. Hudson comes down with the offensive rebound. She plays it to Wood. Wood finds Chambers. 18 seconds left. McKay with the steal. She finds Peters. Peters on the fast break lay. Right hand just no good.
And I do want to say that crucial point guard who we talked about so much, Brooke Johnson, is on the bench getting treated by medical staff right now. Seems like she took the fall.
And
the buzzer expires.
And with that, the Tigers varsity girls take a W for their first win of the season and their first game of the season. Huge win right there. Henry, overall, give me your thoughts on tonight. Let's go over Coach O's threes one last time.
One last time, be patient. They improved a lot on this in the fourth quarter, I'd say, especially in those last few minutes where they really needed to keep possession and do anything they could to let the time expire. Move the ball, saw that a lot, especially at the top of the key, where they would have somebody on the free throw line, switch places for the top of the key, and then pass over the key, look for the open three, which brings to the last of Coach O's 3 keys, which was the open threes. And we saw that especially to seal the game by Tess Chomsky. And yeah.
And that concludes. Tigers take a 2-0 lead on Hume Fogg on November 19th. That will conclude our coverage of the girls varsity game. We will be back in about 10 minutes for the boys varsity.
And you can hear the eruption right now. And that is the Hume Fogg boys entering the court.
A lot of boos coming from one side of the gym.
Yeah.
And now boos from the other side. We will see you in 14 minutes, folks.
Yep.
Check it out.